Hi everyone, this is Selvi. Today's topic is Scrum Master and Product Owner Collaboration Best Practices with every Scrum event. And today our topic is going to be with Backlog Refinement. So, in this episode, we are going to discuss about, especially with Backlog Refinement event, how Scrum Master and Product Owner can collaborate and what are the best practices so that the event will be much more successful. So we will talk from step by step the things. The first thing is related to backlog refinement is about understanding the time required for backlog refinement. So we all know backlog refinement is an event that happens in every sprint, which is an ongoing activity which helps team to prepare for the upcoming sprints. In this event, we will be trying to understand about the work items that we are going to work. We clarify the doubts, we understand the requirement, we identify the dependencies, we identify the risk, and as part of the whole understanding, at the end, we will get into the estimation activity, we will estimate the work items. So, as this is an ongoing activity, we need to identify how much time is really required for this event. We cannot plan just like that every week, 1 hour, 2 hours, we will be planning for this event. That is not the right logic. We should get into the logic. What is the logic? We all are aware of product backlog health, and with the help of product backlog health and velocity factors, we can definitely come up with the hours that are required for backlog refinement in every sprint. This topic already we have covered in one of our episodes. So I'm not going to talk about that in this episode, but that is the major criteria here. So if anyone have not yet listened to that topic, I request you all, please listen to that topic so that you will be able to understand with much more clarity. So who is going to help with that information? That is Scrum Master. So Scrum Master needs to give the information to product owner that in this sprint, I need your time, so and so time, like 2 hours for backlog refinement with the team. So are you ready with the content or not? So the content here is whether product owner has really the work items that are required for backlog refinement already made it available or not. That Scrum Master should give a heads up to the product owner. For example, Scrum Master is saying, hey, to achieve the product backlog with good health, we want to spend 3 hours of backlog refinement meeting in this sprint. So I request you, let's plan it like 1.5 hours in this first week, or 2 hours in the first week and 1 hour in the second week. But are you really ready with the work items that we can plan in the backlog refinement? Now, product owner should also have that content ready. Like according to the priority, these are the work items. I have the things available at my end. I know the details. I am ready with the information I can start with. So this information, this clarity, Scrum Master should give so that product owner will be able to prepare for the backlog refinement meeting. This is the first point. The second one is Scrum Master should get the priority work items that product owner is planning in the backlog refinement. Why it is required? This is required because Scrum Master should check whether these work items have sufficient details to get into the backlog refinement or not. This is a very basic level check, not going into the details, very basic level check. Like for example, how to check that? We have a wonderful checklist called definition of ready, and we all know how to measure definition of ready. Again, heads up to our friends, if you have not listened to that topic or episode of how to measure definition of ready, I request you all, please listen to that episode also so that you will be able to understand this clearly. So when, for example, in this project guidance, definition of ready should be 3. Level 3 should reach level 3 so that we can start the backlog refinement for that work item. That means for level 3, what are the checklist items that it need to cover, whether it is covering that or not. For example, it should have acceptance criteria, it should have the designs available, it should talk about non-functionality specifications, it should follow the 3C specification. Everything should be taken care to reach definition of ready 3, whether it has met that requirements or not. This level checking Scrum Master should do. If certain work items are not meeting that, Scrum Master should give a heads up. Please, PO, let's not plan this work item because this is having lot of gaps. So this we can park it as of now and let's plan some other work item, or request the product owner to fill those gaps immediately before the backlog refinement. So this level of collaboration should happen between Scrum Master and product owner, so that we will be ready with the work items that are really having the information for backlog refinement. And third one is, if something is missing, some information like designs are missing, and product owner is requesting that Scrum Master, can you please help in following up with the design team? So understand what are the work items that need follow up, get those information from product owner. And if you feel somewhere that you need to directly talk to some other teams so that they will be able to provide sufficient information, get those details from the product owner and start the follow-up activity, so that you will be having sufficient details during the backlog refinement. This also, Scrum Master and product owner collaboration is must and mandatory here. Next thing is, just request product owner to review the list of work items that you are going to send to the team for the first backlog refinement. Like I mentioned, we are planning 2 hours of refinement in this week. So product owner has already given the list. Now you have reviewed the list whether DOR is meeting level 3 or not. Now you have the clarity as a Scrum Master what are the work items that are really ready for backlog refinement in this week. So now prepare that list and ask product owner, can we cover all these work items in this week, or you want to take something to the next week and bring something else? Because I'm going to send this information to the team, so the team will be aware of what they are going to get on this backlog refinement meeting. So now check that, get the review done by product owner on that list and send that mail to the team members. If product owner is asking to swap some work items, then please swap that, so that you will be able to manage that as part of the email that you are going to send to the team. So now we have arranged the meeting and it is a calendarized meeting that team members and product owner and as a whole Agile team that we are going to participate. So everything is taken care with respect to meeting now. Now the next thing is, always product backlog is one place where you will be able to see so many work items keep getting added, but we sometimes will not be cleaning up those work items which needs to be cleaned up. So every week or in every sprint, based on the quantity of the work items in the product backlog, schedule a meeting with the product owner and go through the defects, for example, because certain defects would have been already fixed because of some other fixes or some other implementation, but still the defect is available in the product backlog as open. So let's try to clean up those work items. Talk to the product owner and understand what are the work items still which are valid and which are invalid, and take some necessary actions on that. Schedule a meeting with the product owner on weekly basis, or maybe in a sprint level one meeting. If there is no much cleanup activity required, we can gradually reduce the time. Just this is a placeholder to connect with product owner for cleaning up the product backlog. So this is one collaboration that is always required. And the next thing is, during the backlog refinement, some task or some kind of follow-up activities may come up to the product owner. Like for example, design is missing, the design is not yet complete, or we need to talk to design team. Ask product owner anywhere some support is required, or any kind of collaboration is required with anyone, so that you can facilitate it, or you can take up that ownership and follow with that team. For example, some action items are coming from the backlog refinement meeting, asking for product owner to get the designs from design team and talk to technical team on this, or talk to the cloud team to get this information. So talk to product owner where all the places a support is required, and take those work items as a ownership and start resolving those work items with those teams. So you can take that ownership if it is required, or you can support in the places wherever it is possible for the product owner. Next one is for the preparation. Sometimes what happens for backlog refinement, certain work items may need some kind of technical details. Always request wherever the technical details are required, ask product owner, are we clear with the functional details? Whether any technical details need to be added? Can I schedule some meeting with the technical architect? Always in a sprint, when you are making this preparation for backlog refinement or when you are planning some meetings with product owner, have a weekly connect with the technical architect so that you will be able to get the details related to this. Like for example, when some of the information like spike needs to be added, technical architect is saying, no, please add a spike for this. We need some kind of analysis for this. We need some exploration for this. So those kind of things you will be having some kind of clarity only from technical architect. So please connect with technical architect in those information and get those details with related to those work items from technical architect and align with product owner. So always check with product owner where all the places technical support is required and technical architect's presence is required. Facilitate a meeting for that. So these are the places where as a Scrum Master we can definitely support product owner by collaborating and communicating at the right places and supporting at the right places to have a wonderful backlog refinement event. So in a nutshell, I'm just going to summarize on the key points. The first thing is about the timing required for the backlog refinement event and preparation of backlog refinement event on the priority items, review of work items, whether the work items are meeting definition of ready with level 3 or not, or whatever the level the guidance is set with, review those work items and ask for support from different other teams, if like design team or any other technical team, if product owner is in need of any support for follow-up purpose. And then next thing is, if there is any need from technical architecture team, always request for some kind of time from the architects and facilitate that particular meeting and bring out the points and mark those points with respect to the technical aspect and add it in the product backlog or add it in the respective work items. And clean up with the product backlog. Schedule a meeting weekly basis or bi-weekly basis just to clean up the work items which are invalid and ensure that product backlog is having the right set of items. I think these are the points. In a nutshell, I just want to summarize. So these are very practical scenarios which I have experienced, and this level of support and collaboration really helps, and product owner also will be able to manage things in a better way. And as a Scrum Master, this collaboration also helps in understanding which all the places you can support and bring out the best thing for the team in the backlog refinement event. I think this episode would have helped many of you in understanding what are the best practices, especially with collaboration between Scrum Master and product owner in backlog refinement event. Thanks everyone for listening. Happy learning and stay tuned.